Hello and welcome to Connect, the weekly podcast for the California MBA featuring one-on-one interviews with movers and shakers in the mortgage industry. I'm Susan Milazzo, CEO of the California MBA, and I'm very happy that you could join us today. Before I welcome today's guests, I'd like to thank our 2024 President's Council sponsors. And these are companies that provide a tremendous amount of financial support to the California MBA, in large part so that we can continue to be the strong voice for the real estate finance industry before the California State Legislature and our regulators. So please join me in thanking our 2024 President's Council sponsors. Those companies are AmeriHome, Arch MI, CMG Financial, Consolidated Analytics, Funding Shield, Guild Mortgage, and Western Alliance Bank. Thank you all so much for your support this year. We really appreciate it. And with that, I'm very happy to be welcoming two of my friends in the membership, Melissa Koupal, who is Senior Vice President of Servicing Risk and Compliance at CMG Financial, and Maria Moskver, who's CEO of CloudVirga. Melissa, Maria, welcome.
Thanks, Susan. Glad to be on the podcast today.
Happy that you guys could join us. So you two are co-chairing our upcoming Legal Issues and Regulatory Compliance Conference. Gosh, that conference has been around for more than 20 years. Really excited about it. You've both attended several times in the past. Would love to start out with what sessions you're most interested in this year.
Sure. I'll go first, Maria. First off, I would just want to say the CMBA conference has been around for a long time, Susan, in regards to the compliance and the quality aspect. I think I've been going, it was like one of the first conferences I ever attended. And what I love about it is that it's a good group of people, but in a little bit of a smaller venue, so you can really get to know one another. And I think that's one of the biggest strengths of the CMBA conference that we have every December. But the couple hot topics I'm looking forward to is TCPA. We've got some big changes coming at the beginning of January. And then with the administration change, who knows what could be coming in the years ahead. So with the commissioner switching over and other positions, I think it's important to go to that session and get some key insights. Also, a good one is always the hot topics on day one. It's a way to just go and make sure that everything that you're kind of tracking maybe from this past year into the next, that there's anything that you missed. So those are the two that really rise to the top for me. How about you, Maria?
To echo what you said, Melissa, I love this conference, especially from a legal and compliance perspective. I think the panels are always very, very in-depth and provide such a good overview compared to a lot of legal conferences. So I'm really looking forward to it and co-chairing it this year. I think for me, I always love employment law because I don't get to hear that much about it. So all the changes there, and then also the proposed RESPA changes are of particular interest to me. But all the topics are great this year.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We're very fortunate to have some, I think, nationally recognized speakers at the conference too. So I'm really looking forward to another successful year. Melissa, from a lender's perspective, what would you say would be a top compliance concern for lenders right now?
I was reflecting on this question earlier, and I think it's from a lender and a servicer perspective. Right now, it's keeping up with the business, and I know that sounds such a tired tagline to say, but it is. It's keeping up with the business, especially right now with the different type of loan programs that are coming out, whether it's like shared equity. Or then even on the servicing side of how to connect with your borrowers better, how to give them information quicker, to ensure that they stay on track, that they have everything that they need when they need it. And with that comes communication. So both on the origination side and the servicing side is trying to keep up with, all the different ways we need to communicate with, whether it's a potential customer to stay with us for life or one that we already are helping service their home. And, it's those communication aspects, whether it's texting, emailing, letters, phone calls, whatever it is, to be able to grab the consumer's attention is always something that we have to keep apprised of. So I think that those are the two things that always come to mind for me. are keeping up with the business and then also ensuring that we communicate effectively with our customers.
Yeah, you want to have those customers for life.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maria, I'll ask the same of you. From a solution provider's perspective, what are some of the most prevalent issues relative to compliance that your clients are sharing with you?
Of course, AI, right? That's always the talk in technology, and how much will AI be used? Where does it stop? How is it going to be regulated, right? Really kind of the next phase of AI, and then also cybersecurity. That's always top of mind, especially because of the breaches that we had in the past couple of years in our industry. So those are very relevant topics.
Cybersecurity, I just don't feel like we can ever, like we're always going to be chasing that. I don't know that we're ever going to get in front of it. You have to just keep, as soon as you solve one thing, I think we got to come up with solutions for something new. I'm very excited. One of the speakers I'm excited to hear is from Sheila Oliver, who's Deputy Commissioner of the Mortgage Division for our state regulator, the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. She'll be speaking at lunch on Monday, the 9th. What are some of the topics that you're hoping she'll cover during her remarks?
I think kind of going back to the AI topic, balancing the needs of creating more home ownership with alternative products, right? What does that look like with innovative financing and regulation? I think that's a key area. And then also tech innovation, some more on that, and how they feel in terms of kind of the AI use, cybersecurity, some of the same themes.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree with that, Maria. And I think it's always good to hear. Sheila usually brings like the top 5, right? Things that are coming out of exam. So it's good for all of us in the business to be able to hear, okay, what are the trends right now? What are things I need to look out for? Whether it's things that we can prevent or maybe things that we need to partner with our vendors on. Also, too, the department is always especially what Susan, the last couple of years, very much wanting to partner with the industry. So being able to continue that conversation of having that open communication. So then, like Maria on the AI side or other technology aspects, being able to have that more as open of a conversation as we can have on those fronts to be able to continue to, we both want to serve constituents of California, whether on the business side or on, their side in regards to policy or enforcement or others. So just making sure we keep those lines of communication strong.
It's been great that they've always participated with us. They've always sent some representative. To Melissa's point, I think it demonstrates the strong partnership they want to have with our association and as well as with their licensees in general.
Definitely.
Can you give us our listeners a little preview of the sessions that we're going to cover during our Legal Issues and Reg Compliance Conference? Melissa, we'll start with you with some highlights from day 1.
Sure. I'm oddly very excited for one of the first sessions, which is how to incorporate your attorney into, different communications you have. I think the title, I'm just bringing it up, not just for attorneys, preserving, protecting, and using the attorney-client privilege. I think it's one of the most hot topics of things that are like, oh, attorney-client privilege. And it's like, yeah, but what is that? How do you have it happen? And for the non-attorneys in the room, they think, oh, I'll just CC, like the business. They're like, oh, I CC'd Maria, like we're good. And it's like, no, not necessarily. Like that doesn't protect everything that you say. And so I think that session will be really good to have that open kind of knowledge transfer and understanding. So looking forward to that one. I think the other one I talked about, kind of like the hot topics, that's always a good one in the compliance and risk management space. And then servicing, I'm moderating that panel, so a little bit of an interest in that, but also just because of the fact that there's a lot of movement in the servicing area, whether it's on the new proposed change to RESPA that was out for comment, or you also have, movement on HUD side in regards to fees, in various other spaces within servicing. So that'll be a session where an hour may not even cover it all. And you'll be able to walk away with some really good to-dos to take back to the home office. How about you, Maria, for day 2?
Me too. So some exciting panels on post-election observations, right, with the California legislative updates, and then the TCPA changes, which are also critical for our industry. We will be covering AI and cyber that day, and then of course we're going to close out the day with the compliance super session. So we look forward to it.
Yeah, that session, you two will be moderating, and we're going to have many of the speakers for the whole conference kind of sticking around just to answer those final questions that attendees might have. A great way to kind of get some, collective, thoughts on some of the compliance issues that you all might be working on this year. Listeners should also know that we've applied for MCLE credits with the California State Bar. So that first session will cover the MCLE credits, including 1 hour of legal ethics. So if you are in need of MCLE credits, this is a conference that you wouldn't want to miss. I'm really looking forward to seeing both of you real soon. Any last words for our listeners before we sign off?
I'll just say I'm looking forward to seeing everyone. I think, you go to a conference and it's about the content, but it's also about making that human connection and creating new, whether it's seeing people you've known for years or making some new connections. So I also want to encourage everyone to attend all the sessions, because it's going to be just a lot of good information that's going to be presented by, industry leaders from across the country, honestly. But also in regards to the after hours events, I think that Susan and her team have really put together some good opportunities for networking and continuing those conversations after the conference. So really looking forward to it, Susan.
Me too. And if you haven't signed up, we certainly encourage you to tell your friends and colleagues and get more people to come, because we'd love to have more people, and we look forward to seeing everybody. So,
yeah, we have a special gift for those of you who are listening to today's podcast. You can register for the conference and use the coupon code legal-50 and get $50 off your conference registration, just as a thank you for participating in today's podcast. So thank you both for being on Connect, and I'll see you soon.
Excellent. Thank you, Susan. See all of you soon.
Yeah.
And thanks to all of you for joining us today. To access any of our past episodes, you can follow us on our YouTube channel. We're also available on SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. That's it for this week, and we'll see you next time on Connect.